Today we will learn how to insert some data into a table in Microsoft SQL Server database. If you on Windows OS, should open your ssms with the SQL Server Management Studio program application and click on New Query. It will prompt you to connect to a SQL Server instance. If you connect to an instance before, then the instance will display in the history tab. And you can go to the browse, click on the local machine if it's on your local machine. If the instance is on a network computer and it's visible, then you can click on network to connect to it. Here I'm going to select test instance. Here I will select my Windows authentication to log in. You have an option to select different option. For example, SQL Server login. You can put in SQL Server username and password here. For now, I'm going to select Windows authentication. Then here for the encryption, if you select mandatory, then you have to click on the checkbox. Okay, the trust server certificate. Then you click connect. All right, next step on the Object Explorer. If you don't see Object Explorer, you can go to View, Object Explorer, and you can pin, so you can make it visible. Click on the Connect icon, then select the same instance and click Connect. This way you can explore what available, what database available and what table and what column the table have before you enter the data into the table. So here, go to the database where your table located. For my SQL Server, the test DB have two tables, customer and product. Right now, I want to enter some data into a customer table. Let's look at the column. It have the ID, first name, last name, join date, and the activate date. If I look at the definition of the table, the ID is an identity column with based on the last video. It's a column that auto-generated by SQL Server. So in this case, it's an integer type and it starts at value 1. Then every time a new row is added to the table, it will increment by 1. So the first row will have ID of 1, second row have ID of 2, and so on. So in this case, for an identity column, I don't have to specify what value it have because that's controlled by SQL Server. Okay, so here to insert data to the table, you can use this code, say use test DB, press go. Or you can manually go into here and select the database where the table is located, but you don't have to use this code. All right, then you say insert into, then specify the table name, so customer. Then you specify which column that you want to include data. In this case, I will specify first name, last name, join date. FYI, if you specify the column where the property equal identity, then it will give you an error. All right, so after that, you specify the keyword value, then you enter the information. So this case going to be James. In SQL Server or any database, traditional SQL database, or they also call SQL database. For character, usually we encode it in a single quote. Then here you should click you have to specify. So let's say here you specify first name, then last name, then join date. So you have to here if I run this, it's gonna give me an error. Say like, okay, you tell me that 3 value I'm expecting, but you only give me 2. So if I run this, it's gonna get an error. It's saying that there are more columns in the insert statement than the value specified. So here, all I need to put in a date. So let's say today date, you can put in like, I'm going to say 4/15/2026. And that's it. And click run the code. Now you have one row. Okay, let's say you want to see the data you should enter to the table. Then all you need to do is run a simple select, do a select star. Select star means select all row and all column from a table or a view. And that's it. Okay, to only run this section of the code, you need to highlight it. Okay, then click execute. Or else we run everything from here to here. Then you have two customer name with the same name, James Smith, and same joy date. So select this section of the code, click run. There you go. What if you want to enter more than one customer at a time? So you can do this. You can copy that. So I'm gonna show you the long way. Okay, you can do that. Let's say I'm gonna change it to John, and over here I'm gonna change it to Brown, and here I'm gonna change it to David, and here I'm gonna change it to John. You can do this so you can have 3 separate insert statements, okay, and run it. So let's say I want to insert D2. That work. Or you can do something like this. You can do everything, delete D. You only have one insert statement, okay? But you separate the value of the row by a comma, okay, just like that. And basically this is the same thing. So I'm insert first row is James Smith, second one is John Brown, and third one is David Jones. So let's say I run it again. There are 3 rows inserted. So now if I select this one right here, I should have 6 rows, right? So because there's some duplicate because I redo the insert for the record the second time. All right, so that is how you insert data into a table in SQL Server. Next video, I will show you how to update and delete the information from a table. That is all for now. Thank you for watching.